Let's get the show on the road.
Let's do it, man. Can crack.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Heavy Drinking Podcast. This is one of your hosts, Jay, along with the usual cohorts, Jeff,
Toodle Pip.
whatever that was, Dave,
Hey.
Paulo,
Indubitably. Yeah.
and we got a nice show ahead of us here. Getting back in action. Before we get going, we want to mention our sponsors, Flying Cornhole out of Fairfield, Connecticut, who have so graciously made us some wonderful cornhole boards. Custom designs, flyingcornhole.com.
As always, the cornhole is stationary. The beanbags are flying.
Flying bean
I
bag.
like to point that out.
Yes.
Lyft, if you need some rides, if you're out there drinking, having a good time, and you want to play it safe, which is what we encourage, download the Lyft app, use promo code HEAVY18 and get $20 credit, $5 for your first 4 rides.
if you don't want to play it safe, don't drink and drive. But go ahead and grab your cornhole boards and throw them. You should try that.
At the bean bags.
Make them fly. You should try that.
You may have noticed the new intro music here, and that's because we have some special guests in house today. Sgt Scagnetti.
What's
What's
up?
going on, guys?
Introduce
Dave,
yourself,
Dave.
gentlemen. You got a couple members here.
Mike D.
Dave. Mike D and Dave from Sgt Scagnetti. Connecticut-based ska band.
Scott would be a little bit, I guess, where we got placed in the scene.
Yeah.
What would you say? People hear horns and they're like ska.
It's horns. It's because there's horns.
Yeah, that's not the case.
Okay.
It's
Fuck you, Dave.
Yeah, I know.
well, no,
Not
we
you,
got
Dave.
called this.
Not you, Dave.
Well, hold on a second.
Not this Dave.
We
This
have to
Dave.
clarify that.
The most popular
Our
song,
Dave.
the most popular song we have is a ska song.
Yeah.
And
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's what we have to deal with. We're actually trying to get that song out of the set.
Really?
But you know what I mean? Like, it's
a
the
favorite,
song that
though.
everybody likes.
It's like Billy Joel never wants to play Piano Man again.
It was very
Metallica doesn't
close.
want to
It was-
play
it
fucking
is,
Enter Sandman
very
anymore.
close to
right?
that.
I feel like that word ska kind of got it kind of got played out in the mid '90s, and it's a great form of music. But that word
It did.
itself
It became a
kinda-
buzzword.
Yeah, it
And
did.
you know you all listened to that shit when you were in high school anyway. So.
I listen to some
I
ska.
love
Right.
air quotes ska music, but when people say ska music, the first thing, and they're not even ska, the first thing that pops in my head is Smash Mouth.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, no, I'm not thinking it's Smash Mouth.
I never.
was gonna run me.
Yeah.
I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah,
I
well,
was
what it
looking
is
kinda
it's like
dumb. How do I know
that
that
that pops into my head, and I'm like, no, I'm not thinking of them.
See, I've
I'm
never-
thinking of the Boss Tones.
I've never.
Oh,
the one
please,
song.
that is sacrilege right there for me. You better not compare them anywhere next to each other.
Oh, those two? No. I'm talking about mainstream wise, because I've listened. The Boss Tones,
Boston's are the greatest band in the land.
they're great, but they have the one or two breakout songs that are mainstream,
Yeah.
right? And then they have a whole library of music
Yes.
that isn't on. What didn't hit that popularity level? Of
I only
mainstream
listen
music.
to Christian music.
There was a Christian
when I was a
ska
teen.
band.
So
Orange
for
County
ska for me
Supertones.
was the Supertones and Five Iron Frenzy.
Their albums were pretty good.
They were.
Let's
They were
go
very
to
good.
Canada.
Yeah, the Canada song. They were great bands.
I was always a big MU330 fan.
There
Never
we
heard
go.
And yeah, I was telling you guys when Dave told us that you guys were coming on, I did a little research, and I didn't know if it's your webpage or just like a fan page or something, but it listed one of your inspirations as MU330, which people have heard of them, but I personally, 'cause I don't go around talking about music to people, but there's bands that just happen to come up in conversation, and they never come up in conversation.
Well,
ever.
they're coming up now in this conversation.
Yes.
Because
They-
MU330 is pretty damn good.
Yes.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I started listening to him when what was it?
Love that show.
Like Who's Your Love was
Yeah,
that?
there you go.
That album,
That's one of the greatest albums ever.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you could put that up there with any of these other clowns out there.
Yeah, it was a very energetic album, and I liked how they sort of started mellowing out and kind of like getting very rhythmic with stuff and
Their lead singer,
witty with
Dan,
lyrics.
is pretty
Dan
pretty
Potthast,
talented
yeah.
guy.
Yeah, I was telling these guys that I was just going to leave this laptop up
Oh, there it is.
and just see if somebody said something about it. Because nobody ever. Dan Potthast, I bought like 20 of his stickers like years ago. So like every car I had up until this Tahoe had a Dan Potthast sticker on the back
Nice.
of it. And it was always like, let's talk about Dan Potthast, or we need to talk about Dan Potthast, or
Well, we're actually playing with them.
one of the stickers was he can play guitar and sing at the same time. Dan Potthast.
We're playing with them in what's that? End of May.
End of May.
All
Where?
right. So
So what do you guys have coming up?
Yeah.
before we get that,
do
let's get into who you guys are and
What does
your
it matter?
band, your history
That's
a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Let's,
Who am
does
I?
matter.
We'll take a step
Do I
back.
even know who I
No,
am?
your history and where you were and what's going on now. Let's hit the whole gamut.
Well, Dave, you're going to handle the history because I, in fact, wasn't in Sgt Scagnetti until 2010. However, I think I probably sang just as many lyrics as some of the other guys in the band when I would jump around with you guys on stage when we were kids.
What year did
Probably.
was the inception?
1996.
Holy
which
shit.
means that we are old.
Wow.
Oh my God, we are old. So yeah, 96 is when it started. And we hit the wave we caught the wave, right? So around 90, that mid 90s.
Yep.
So we caught that wave pretty early on. And we were always more on like the rock and metal side of stuff. So we didn't really quite fit in with some of the stuff that was coming around. But we fit in just good enough.
That was kind of like a subgenre for a second, though, right? Like with like Mephiskapheles and stuff like that.
Yeah, more like the really obscure, like Blue Meanies, like type stuff, like those type of guys. Those were
Yes.
our idols, and so we kind of hit that, and and then we kind of got tired of it, and everybody basically wanted to tear each other's face off by '99. So it only lasted like a few years, but it was a fun 3 years, and then we all kissed and made up, and so we did a couple of reunion shows, and now we're back.
We wrote 2 new songs, one that came in here on the intro music.
Yeah, we came in on it.
Yeah, so we're actually breaking that. I don't know if that's official, but I'm saying it. So we,
Go for it.
Shit, we just blew
That's
up
the first time that song
just
been
blew up
played
your
to the
spot.
public.
All right, cool. Blow it up.
it's probably not true, but I'm going to say it is.
First podcast. The other ones were more like radio shows on the internet.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are very long format. So you'll run into some awkward moments where everybody's just kind of staring at each other.
Yeah, Dave told me. I was like, "Ooh,
It's
you
just
guys going Rogan long."
Yeah. Just conversation. Not Rogan long. Rogan's.
He sometimes. And I've listened to the whole thing, which is incredible.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
love Rogan, but I can only listen to him if I love the guest.
I listen to all the podcasts, but he has like a lot of weed and coffee and
Fighting.
like deer meat and shit.
Deer
man.
meat.
They have like all these fun activities you could do. We're working out. We have a pool table.
Well, there's a fun activity.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking
sure.
of fucking fun activities, we had a lot of fun earlier today.
Yeah, we
Shout out to Ken.
Ken Tucci.
Ken Tucci and the Connecticut Blind Beer Awards. We
Tucci, I said his name wrong.
did you say it wrong?
No, I said Tucci.
It's Tuccio, right?
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
I
Sorry.
said Tucci, like Stanley Tucci.
Oh, I
was
put
great.
an O,
It
I
was
put an
great,
O
by
on
the
the
way.
end. I'm sorry.
Tucci gang,
No,
Tucci
that was
gang,
right.
Tucci gang, Tucci gang.
He looks just like his photos.
Yeah, he does.
I think that's a good thing.
It's weird. Like you
like
meet
your
people,
photo.
like you see like their glamour shots, but like when you meet somebody who looks like the shot, like when the light hits in the right way, I'm like, oh, I've seen that. I've seen that
Oh,
picture
the
before.
shot. So you're literally that might only happen once in a million.
Yeah, I get
The
with me.
glimmer, well, no, I'm just saying the glimmer on.
Yeah.
Oh,
you,
oh, that
You
I
never
know
look
that.
like your picture.
No, I'm an ugly dude. So
It's all about the lighting and the glimmer, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
it always
you wouldn't
looks
be looking
great.
at the person and what they look like. You're like, wait a second, you're like the picture.
Yeah.
Because of the shine of the whatever's glistening off their face. Or
Yeah, I always see myself in the mirror. I'm like, this is not a bad photo. You take I never take selfies because of that. I always erase them right off my phone. I'm like, I look like an idiot.
You're a white
doesn't
chick.
everybody
You're a white
taking
chick.
a selfie look like an idiot? when
yeah,
you're taking-
yeah. I always erase them. I never post them to anything. So
You know what's the
nobody ever
worst?
sees those
You know what's the
photos.
worst? Like you could be hanging out with like the coolest girl in the world, and you think she's like super above it and everything. And if you get a hold of her camera roll on her phone, it's filled with selfies.
Yeah.
Got to take 18 before I go out.
Everybody's
My
nice.
wife's got to get the perfect shot. I'm like, it's not going to work. Shit stays the same. It's not changing. She's like, well, my pose was off. And so here we go.
Did you get
Yeah,
it?
like work
Did
with
you get
lighting
it?
and everything.
Did you get it?
I mean, I never have a
get it?
smile in the shots. I
wrong-
never, because
what's
I'm like,
wrong with our
fucking
society?
Stop. Just get this over with.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I prefer to masturbate in a different way.
So what motivated you guys to get back out on the road and
We could all
Peop-
be in a room together and
People said yes.
kill each other. I guess. Yeah.
And
Was
then-
it really
Oh,
bad?
yeah.
Like, did it really devolve to that point where you couldn't even like stand?
There was definitely a there were some points in there that it was half the band went one way, half the band went the other way.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, and so
I know what you're talking about.
yeah.
yeah. But everybody
Kidding.
grows up a little bit, and so actually one of the guys that moved out he moved out Midwest Colorado for a number of years. So when he came back in, it was like a perfect time to kind of like, hey,
Yeah.
let's get back into it again. And at this point, like some other people were spread out all over the country and whatever. So we brought in some new guys, but people that we've known forever, like Mike D and some other people. And so now we're back.
You said you joined the band in 2010.
Yeah.
Were you part of a band before that?
When we were all kids playing at the tune-in, we were, we were all in different bands. And,
All right.
I remember the day that fucker
Actu-
burned.
yeah,
I was working at the Starbucks right there
Were you?
that day. Yeah,
poured your cup of coffee out on the ground for the homies.
we brought cases of water out to the firemen.
Ah,
It was our 9/11 moment.
the
That's
tune-in.
what we called it. Jesus. Well, if you don't remember, there was a story that on 9/11 where like firefighters, like people actually went into a Starbucks in New York City to get water, and like they wouldn't give them the water because it was like a new like hire. Anyway,
I thought
feel
you were
like
gonna
this
say-
is going
for
down
us,
a bad
we
path
were,
right now.
no, for us, we were like that. They were like, "This is our 9/11 moment."
Yeah.
To make like a good Starbucks.
Did you
story.
tell the firemen, like, don't worry, in the future, people will rebel by just not having office space and instead going to a Starbucks?
and getting arrested.
Sitting there.
I thought you were going to say, if people don't remember, there was this thing that happened on September 11th, 2001.
That's what I thought was going to be.
I wasn't going to get there.
I was going to
I'll
say,
go off the
wow.
rails.
Jay was like, in
I
the
think there's-
future, the new CBGB's is Starbucks. And the fireman was like, that's weak.
Down with Starbucks.
And Jay was like, the future's pretty weak. It's pretty weak.
But you were saying, tune in.
Oh, yeah. So I played in a band called the Stepbacks, actually with Dave's wife when we were kids. And then they finally got married at some point. Well, we weren't kids. They weren't dating. But they got married at some point. I don't remember what year. I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you remember what year you got married?
2011.
We'll assume Dave
Okay.
knows without asking.
Wait, no, 2007.
Was it 2007?
It was 7.
Oh, shit. We'll beep that out.
And then they, so Dave one day came up to me and said, we're doing some reunion shows and you need to play a horn. I was like, no, I don't know if I really want to do that. Except these guys were like, there's like my number 2 band when I was growing up. I seen them every weekend. We'd go to every show. Sometimes I was like, man, I wish our band could play that kind of like, a little more harder edge stuff. We were very ska back in the day. And I was like, hell yeah, let's do this. And then what I didn't realize was like it got really intense really quick. Sgt Scagnetti kind of always put on a show, and they always like took their music seriously, so they practiced a lot. So when we did these reunion shows, it was like, oh boy, like I better get my shit together and start, practicing my horn because these guys are no joke.
How many times like a week were you guys practicing?
For those 2010 reunion shows, I mean, we practiced for a good 6 months, and coming into like the last month, we were doing 2 a week sometimes.
Yeah. It was just for one show, so that was the kicker. It was just one and done.
No, that one was 3. The 2012 was
Whatever,
one and
yeah,
done.
Yeah, yeah.
That was even, that one was a little rough too, because Richie, our bass player, was out in Colorado, so we had to learn everything without him. And then when he got into town, literally like
starting
crush a few
over.
practices over, and then get out and play.
Where does the name come from?
It comes from, it's a reference to, because you got to keep in mind this is going back to like the 90s. So Tarantino movies.
Okay.
Yeah, he was, Sgt Scagnetti is a reference to, if you watch those early Tarantino movies, he's always pops up as like the shitty like parole officer and whatnot. So it was done on a whim where name there was a show and we had to have a name. So
It's
like
exactly
all
how I
crappy
named
band
my
names,
band.
like that's what happens and it sticks.
Yeah.
So yeah, there we are.
And now we're trying to call it Sgt Scag.
All right.
It's a little bit of a conundrum in our band.
Whatever. Yeah.
But Richie will kill me if I don't say Sgt Scag.
I named. I used to be in a metal band, and I named it for our first show because like we had a show booked and we needed to give them a name. So I ended up like just blurting out no less than everything. It's the longest fucking name, and like no one ever remembered it. But like that's what it ended up being for fucking almost 10 years.
I feel like you were before your time with that because
Right.
I feel like maybe in the like pop punk emo genre years that would have been a good name.
Yeah, it was like metalcore.
Right, music wouldn't have fit,
Yeah.
but the name might have got you guys some
Yeah.
play.
We ended up like people would call us no less, but either way, it wasn't. The
There you
best
go,
name.
Sergeant.
And then the one time you
Sergeant
got
Scag.
the one time you got introduced by Brian Fair from Shadows Fall at
Shadows
Slam
Fall.
Fest, he got your name wrong too. Because it was so long. No, what did he call it? No less than anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it changes the meaning, man.
It's all about the meaning.
He's like, I couldn't read the name over my dreadlocks. Let's get fucking weird, boys. We've been fucking. We started early today.
We did. So we didn't hang around long enough for them to say what the results were.
No,
from the
I
blind.
keep checking the
happening-
Soch
that's
to see
happening
if it's
now.
coming
Yeah,
up.
but
Judging.
my bet's on either light blue, the pink one, or
Light
the
Blue
gre-
had
the
some
green
Swedish
one.
fish in it or something.
It did
Swedish
have candy
fish,
in
I
it.
love them.
Straight up
It was an
candy.
IPA with candy, and I think it was Swedish fish.
I'm going for purple nerp. I think that was Big Whoop.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
I voted pink. Pink was good. It was the first one I tasted, and I loved it.
We did.
But
We
by
actually
the end,
didn't,
I revisited it.
We actually
and
didn't
it
explain
wasn't
this
my
at all.
favorite.
So we went to
No,
a
we
blind
didn't.
IPA tasting.
Oh, shit, we didn't talk
and
about it?
all the beers were. We had no idea what any of the beers were. There was 12 different beers. from
Blind
Connecticut,
Rhino, Norwalk, Connecticut.
breweries. Yeah, and a blind beer tasting.
Blind
Rhino.
Beer Awards, it was called.
They were all IPAs, 12 different IPAs, and they were color coded. So you would order like pink, blue, gold, yellow, orange, whatever. And we don't know what any of them were. We drink a lot in Connecticut, so we were kind of picking them out. We think we might have solved the mystery on a couple of them, but we had to leave before they announced the winners. So I keep checking like Instagram to see if we can get the rundown of what they were, because I'm pretty sure I know what a couple of them were. But it was fucking delicious. A lot of them were really good. Some of them were not as good, but most of them were like top tier stuff. It was good stuff.
I think guys are starting to figure out that if you just put candy in beer, people will vote for it.
I don't know. I kind of thought that was gimmicky.
Isn't that what won the Brewers Ball?
It was a
this
Sour Patch.
Sour
Well, it was a
Patch
Sour
Patch
Patch
Yeah,
Goza.
but that was sour though. I don't know. Maybe in the IPA, it's just like more. The candy comes out more. I mean, I feel like the sour one with the Sour Patch Kids was more sour than candy, and the IPAs are more candy than IPA, sort of. I don't know.
I don't know what you just said.
Like the sour beer was still a sour beer.
I don't want
and
to.
it was sour
Fucking
candy.
Yeah.
in your beer.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin this whole format and this whole like formula we've set up with this beer podcast and like trying out all these new beers and stuff. But I feel like they've cracked the code. You just like offer people donuts and candy, and
There were
they'll
donuts?
they'll vote your beer the best.
I mean,
That's
it's
so
like
sad.
it's sales 101, right? You know,
Yeah,
it's like you just get out there and give people
I like
free
the
shit and they're all
uniqueness
in.
of it because it stood out. It stood apart from everything else.
Oh,
that's
there
why,
you go.
That's what I liked about it.
yeah.
I
That's
mean,
what I like about
Look,
Twizzlers.
here's the.
I mean,
here's
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, the uniqueness of it. I've had 3 beers in the last 2 months that have candy in them.
So-
So it's not that unique.
I guess the question should be not like whose beer is that. Like, would you drink a 6er of that? Would you drink a 12?
I
of
would
that?
have. It was. I actually
Really?
liked it a lot. I would have. I could have drinking multiple pints of it.
I put it in my veins. I definitely do that.
Suck your dick.
They got to bring back the helmet with the 2 can holders.
Dude,
I feel like I haven't seen that since
I'm gonna replace my
Great
bunny
for
ears
tits
with that.
beer.
Huh?
Or what's the beer we're doing? Rubies.
Rubies, yeah.
Rubies.
Yeah.
Rubies.
Yeah.
Oh, that's-
So we're making these. I think it should be offered at different sizes because they're offered at different sizes.
Are they offered, or are you just looking at
Yeah,
them?
you could do like you could do like ponies and
Yeah, but 2-packs only. They only come in 2-packs, right? Because 3 would be weird.
I have a friend that has 4.
See, that's
It's not a chick, though. It's a dude.
Is it a dog?
Tell me more about this.
No,
Is
it's
it-
a dude.
Is
My
that
friend.
Man, I want to.
I won't mention his name.
Is his name Chandler Bing?
Will he hear this?
I'll tell him I talked about his nipples on here.
He's
I
got.
was
I
gonna
just
say-
can't name him.
No,
I was
this
gonna
is
say
good
my friend,
shit.
my
He's
friend
got
Jack.
4 nipples. One's here and one's I forget where.
I was gonna say my friend
'Cause I
Jack.
haven't
Is it
seen
like
them
a
in a long
full
time.
areola?
Yeah, they're full nipples.
Really?
I'm serious.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know if technically they are. I never really.
Are they like?
I've seen.
But they
I-
look like them, and they pretty much are.
I've
Have
seen
you ever, like, had
birthmarks
a
that can
full
pass as a
conversation
nipple.
about it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like
I mean, he talks about them all the time.
sensitivity of a standard nipple.
That might have happened in college, and I don't remember.
There's a name for it, and I used to know it, and I can't remember what it
Is he married?
Yeah, married.
If his wife had a litter, he would be. He would
He's
be
very
ready.
successful too.
I have
That's
nipples,
awesome.
Greg.
Good thing I can't remember.
I'm not making fun of him. That's not my
No,
goal.
neither am
It's
I,
just-
neither
It's
am I.
interesting.
It's a very interesting thing.
And also, I'm sure he's heard every single joke.
Yeah, my last name is Crumb, so I get
Yeah.
it's kind of like having 4 nipples.
You switch the M with an F in my last name, and there's flagellation jokes everywhere.
What is your last name?
Martins.
Fartins.
Superfluous.
That's what it's called. Superfluous nipples.
Yeah. Male nipples are defaultly
All
superfluous.
male nipples are technically, yeah.
There's no reason, right?
Doesn't
But it
matter
would
how
look
many.
weird.
There's no reason now.
What does that
But
mean?
what happens in like 35, 40 years?
True.
So was there ever a reason?
Like maybe,
Or there may be a reason? Is that what
it
you're
might
saying?
it might be coming. Like we don't know. I mean,
It will be.
It's like
I'm going to come for my nipples. It's going to be awesome.
you might come from your nipples.
It's like
because it might not want to come out of your cock anymore because they take away the rights to your cock.
now this
what I
is
mean?
getting good.
it's like acai.
Like now you can't get a boner because you can't look at anybody out there because you got to be afraid you're going to offend them or
Yeah,
something.
like hard
Yeah.
nipples just all the time.
Listen,
hey, they
Because
gotta
you
mind
can
their
hide
own.
them under a
They gotta
shirt
mind their own.
sometimes.
I'm
you
just
know?
glad the rest of the world's catching up to me because every boner I've ever had has been offensive.
Listen, I've unfortunately inherited my mother's nipples, and
I thought you were going to say
he just
mother's
went
boner.
from boner. Like, well,
I thought he was going to say
unfortunately-
my mother's boner.
Yeah, me too.
Fucking-
not that I've ever seen
That's
my
another
mother's
weird
nipples
one.
since I was a baby.
You're still talking about your mom's boner?
Let's move on.
You do it. I don't want to.
Do I
You
have to?
I see where you're coming from though with the male nipples thing, and they might be useful in the future. Well, I was saying,
You don't know. I mean, seriously, right?
Yeah.
We now have like 2 guys getting married. Like if that happens for the next 100
Gross!
years, like it should be, right? Like
Yeah.
it like right. Who knows? Evolution might change. We might start getting man bags.
Man bags. I already have man bags.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I know.
believe me, we are like the missing link.
I
Over
caught
here.
a fucking I caught a glimpse of myself in a mirror yesterday, and I felt shameful.
I told Jeff said it to me earlier, and I was like, "Listen, I'm house sitting for my sister, and she's like a full size mirror, like a room where I kept my clothes, and I was like,
Because she has to fit her
changing,
tits in it.
and I was completely naked, and I happened to glance at myself, and I was like, that's pretty gross.
That's disappointing.
I looked at myself in the mirror. I was like, put something on.
Change.
And then I tucked and was like, "Do you want to fuck me?"
Now I feel like I'm an anorexic loser chick
Odd fuck. Man.
because I'm like I felt like that the other day too, but I don't have as much.
Although those mirrors did come in handy when the strippers came out. That was pretty fun. I was at a bachelor party last night.
Yes, Jeff was at a bachelor party last night. How was it?
I left before the stank started flying around, but I saw what I needed to.
Man, I was telling Jay that as a Portuguese person, 99% of the stag parties I go to involve no women at all. It's just old men. And like they get all excited, right? Towards the end, and you're like, "Yeah, now the chicks are coming out, right?" And then they bust out the raffle tickets.
Yep.
It's like, "We got bottles of liquor, guys." It's like, okay,
That's what their excitement was for. Was the
fucking
raffle.
awful, huh?
That's what the excitement was for. Was for the raffle.
Yeah, it was for the raffle. I've only gone to a stag party once that had chicks at it.
Well,
and
we didn't-
and I got Poland Spring on me, on my shirt.
That's a weird name for a stripper.
No. I got Poland. I got Poland.
Refreshing,
She was a
crisp
squirter.
and clean.
I got
That's
Poland
happened.
From Poland.
That's happened before.
Never,
I got Poland Spring water on my
It's
shirt.
actually really good.
never has a stripper said I'm crisp, cool, and clean.
No, I got Poland Spring water on my shirt, and I tore that shirt off of me and threw it directly in the garbage because that Poland Spring water came out of the Poland Spring bottle into somebody's anus. and then squirted out of the anus
Oh, okay.
onto my shirt.
Oh, wow.
Asshole's an asshole.
I was like, really?
Real strippers, huh?
Yesterday was funny because we were just like.
Well, if I
hanging
knew
out.
I was going to a fucking Gallagher show, like I'll bring a smock or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like a
A stripper poncho.
poncho, something.
I have a completely apropos story, but everybody that was at the bachelor party is sworn to secrecy, so I can't tell you. But yesterday,
Did the first row have a tarp over him?
we wished we did.
Well,
But yesterday was funny because like we didn't know if there was going to be girls there or not. It was just like a bunch of guys like doing the stag thing, eating,
Yeah.
drinking, whatever. All of a sudden, a gentleman showed up by the name of Action with a standalone Bose boombox like PA system, and we were pretty sure that
yeah,
that was
that's not good.
He wasn't there from the beginning. He just kind of showed up. And when you tell somebody your name's Action, you better fucking bring some action.
Yeah.
With the boombox. No.
Oh, dude. When I was 18, my girlfriend when I was 18 took me to made me drive her and a couple friends to a nightclub in Bridgeport, down by like where Dutch Boy is. It doesn't matter, but there's a nightclub down there, right?
Is that on Iranistan Avenue?
No. Away from that. But I remember going down there, and the only part of that night I remember is going in, paying like a cover. The dude at the door was like, all right, you know, like I'm like, there's a lot of chicks here. I've never been to a nightclub before. I was 18 years old, right? So I'm like, wow, like once I'm 21, I'm going to nightclubs every fucking night because there's chicks everywhere, you know? So go in, sit down. This big black dude like walks by me. He's like, excuse me, my man, right? He kind of pushes me out of the way, kind of, you know, like wrestles me out of the way to get by me.
Yeah, just moved you.
Yeah,
He was
big
just like,
black
I'm
dude.
going to move your
Only
whole body.
other dude, like outside of the bouncer and a couple other like employees, only other dude that was in there, right? This dude kind of bumps by me, walks his way to the middle of the room, and then looks around.
Takes his cock out.
And a fucking light comes on over him, right? And all the chicks turn around. I'm like, no. This dude fucking rips his shirt off. I'm like, I look directly back at my girlfriend. I'm like, where the fuck are we?
Ding-a-ling.
Penises.
Where were you?
It was like a male strip show.
In
like,
Bridgeport?
Yeah.
Nice.
What was it called?
I don't remember, dude. I was 18 years old. Like I just had a license for like a couple months at that point in time. Like I just had a car, everything. Like, she was like, "Oh, you want to go here?" I'm like, "Cool." So and so said it would be neat. I'm like, "All right, fuck, I'll go."
It's called Hammer Time.
I don't know what it was, but it was. I wasn't like angry because I was the only dude in there.
Have you ever been to a gay bar?
No,
Dude.
not that it would be a problem. Actually, no. I think I have been.
I've been.
I think I've been to a gay bar before. Or at least I think I've mistakenly gone out on like a Thursday.
I knew
which
I was
used to
going
be
there,
like a big
and I
gay
went
night back in the
willingly.
90s. Right?
And
Thursday
then
nights.
there was a nice young man in a jockstrap dancing on a pool table. And I just sat in the corner by myself and drank a beer.
I mean, I had a great time at a gay bar. I mean, I went, like, I got some gay
I didn't
friends.
go by myself. There were other people that.
Oh, dude, I
went for,
vacationed
like,
Fire Island's my fucking place.
Well, yeah.
man. It's like my favorite vacation spot.
But we used to go, like, a lot for this dude's birthday that like, I'm friends with, and because he always wanted to go. And, like, I mean, I've never had so many free drinks in my life. I'm a bear. So, like, I'm pretty much like the stereotypical bear.
Monster49@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you were lucky enough to listen to the 420 podcast, you know that I actually enjoy being the small spoon,
Really? I
Yeah,
need to
we
hear
talked
that.
about that last night.
which is weird because my wife is half my size.
I know. That's funny too because
Quarter,
like, I really
best.
like it
Yeah.
too, and I really like it when she's ridiculously smaller than me.
Yeah.
It's
like having a backpack on.
Yeah, it feels nice.
in bed.
Speaking of backpacks, there was a girl wearing a baby on a backpack today, and I thought that was pretty funny. I think you're supposed to wear it on the
I
front
saw like
so
a
you can
man
see what the
like,
baby's doing.
bending down, like looking directly at a woman's back and talking, and I was like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" And then I was like, "Oh, there's a baby."
I think you're supposed to wear that on the front so you can see that the baby's not choking to death on something.
Yeah.
Depends how old they are.
Or someone's letting it blind taste
Infantile.
10 IPAs.
Well, maybe it wasn't on the front because you'd spill beer on her head. Let's fucking.
And the mom was like, I got to bring out the boys and the girls with my titties.
Oh yeah.
So I can't block the titties. I'm going out. I'm finally out. I got this baby. I'm going to put her on my back.
I mean, I'd be pretty disappointed if I walked across the
It's
room
like you don't
'cause she
wanna
had
leave
nice
it in the
titties,
car.
and then she turned around and had a baby strapped to
I
her
know,
back.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to leave her in the
You don't want to leave it in the car, but you don't really want to look at it.
Right, because you want to be like, maybe she's out looking for a daddy. You know?
Yeah.
Hide the baby on the back. Small enough goes shoulders to butt.
I hope she takes it off if you're doing doggy stuff.
So we also review beer on this podcast.
It can hold your beer.
Hold my beer, baby.
I used to say I like chicks with big ass for the mini bar on the back. The
There you
Accordion
go.
Club and the ice box.
Oh man,
Beer baby. Reminds me of Bad Baby.
bad baby. She's been in the news.
What a segue
God,
that was.
She should die.
I'm
Who's
gonna go
Bad
see.
Baby?
I'm gonna go see her at Toad. She's playing Toad's Place. I'm gonna go.
Who's Bad Baby?
Am
I
Danielle-
doubting her?
Cash me outside.
Her name's
girl.
Danielle
Oh.
Bergoli. She's the girl that.
Please
cashed me
refer
outside.
to any chick like that as their real name. Cash Me Outside, because no one else is ever going to know who the fuck you are. And the fact that the record industry, somebody signed her, somebody should be bitch slapped across the head.
She's
with
actually-
a fat cock.
Dude,
She's
she got
actually
she
been
got
nominated
nominated
for, like-
for best female rap artist
Yeah.
by Billboard.
She's up against like Cardi
This
B.
is-
people
This is
people are
why-
livid.
Nicki Minaj.
This is why the legacy media is done. This is why things like Billboard will never exist in 20
So
years.
this story says the Cash Me Outside girl just got nominated for top female rap artist, and people are bugging out. And it says it's so disrespectful to Nicki Minaj, black people, and hip hop in general for y'all to include Bad Baby in this category. And I would go as far to say it is disrespectful to everyone who is a human.
Yeah,
Because-
that's just a human. Thing.
Okay,
Anybody
I'm not.
who tries hard to create musical.
I'm
art.
not defending
in any
her
way.
in any way, and I'm not trying to compare her to him in any way. But it's bullshit to say it's disrespectful to black people when Eminem comes out and is like
Yeah,
one of
it's
the
a
best
little-
rappers ever. Like it has nothing to do with black people.
Yeah,
She's just a cunty little girl.
Black people. Remember that show that was on like, what show was that? Was that a comedy show?
Oh, are you talking about the MTV one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Wonder Chosen.
That segment that was like black people.
Yeah, and that's also wrong because another thing we pointed out in the 420 podcast was that I asked Jay, how you can grow up in the suburbs and not listen to rap music. He's like, because I grew up in the suburbs, and I'm like, yeah, because that's like 95% of their market is white kids in the suburbs.
I stopped listening to rap music after Snow and Crisscross. And then I found
Snow and crisscross.
wait.
then I found Slayer, and I
Yeah.
never looked back. I
bad,
lick it boom
man.
boom down.
But like that was your intro to.
Was Snow and crisscross.
No,
So
no, that's what it ended on. It started with like Rob Bass and Easy Rock, and
so you listened to a rap song in 86.
Salt and
And
Pepper.
then caught back up with it.
So 86, 92, 94?
No, 86 through 86 through 91, and then I found Slayer and Megadeth.
You listened to one song for 5 years.
No, all the bands between those years.
Oh, all right.
Oh, that's Pink.
Ooh, that actually looks like it belongs in a champagne flute.
That's yours.
That's Mike's right there.
Yeah, we don't mind if
What
your
is
lips
it?
get on it.
Raspberry? Is that
It's
what it says?
So there's a
Yeah,
new,
so-
there's a new brewery in Connecticut. They're called Hoax, and they are based out of the same place that Armada is, the Gypsy Brewery.
The Barricades, they're called now.
What are they called?
It's called the Barricades.
The Beericades. Oh, I never heard that. That's fucking actually really
How many
cool.
beers are in Connecticut?
There's 50 something. Yeah.
Yeah.
breweries,
50-something,
yeah.
yeah.
But this particular brewery, the Beericades, houses several people that don't have their own brewery. They just
Right.
use the equipment. They share. It's like kind of like a
Like a gypsy set.
yeah. Like, so this is a brand new beer from a brand new brewery called Hoax. I thought they were actually going to be a sour brewery because they happened to put out a sour first. But what I'm hearing is that's actually not the case. They just happened to put out a sour first.
I spoke to him I spoke to him on yesterday. He said that they're going to do mostly sours, but he's going to dabble in IPAs.
Cool.
Oh, also, if he's listening, I have a mariachi band. Because they were looking for a mariachi band, and he pointed out that
Nice.
Wait,
that's
you have
literally
you have marriage?
everybody knows I do masonry work outside.
Oh,
of
so
the
you
podcast.
know a mariachi band?
Yes, so I know Mexican guys like doing masonry or anything outside.
I don't know where he's going right now.
So you
I don't think you can just assume that you're Mexican.
You get to know.
I think
I have
yeah,
Mexican employees.
He's assuming that his Mexican employees are also in a mariachi.
That's what I
band.
thought he was saying.
Well,
but
you
I
know
thought
what?
there must be
Well,
a.
let's
thread
talk about
here.
this for a second, right? Because everybody automatically assumes it's like a super racist thing to assume that just because you're Mexican, you know a mariachi band, right? So I don't ask these guys purposely because of that, right? But today, yesterday I had a conversation with somebody that was purposely looking for a mariachi band. So this morning, while I'm at the job site, I'm like, hey guys, This is a really dumb question, and I'm sure you don't know anybody, but do you know anybody that, by any chance, it's in a mariachi band? And the one guy's like, takes his wallet out, pulls a business card. He's like, here, it's my cousin.
See,
Well, there you go.
that's what's wrong with the whole thing. It's what's wrong. What? You're going to go to a guy that drinks whiskey all day to ask him about what a good beer is?
No.
That's what I mean. Like, of course you're going to go to
It's
a Mexican
not
guy
even
to
like
ask about
that.
mariachi music.
It's like asking a guy playing chess on the corner what kind of beer he likes. It makes, like, he's a mason.
Yeah,
during the
I was
day.
at a Mexican restaurant once.
No, but
It
I'm
doesn't
saying
correlate with mariachi music at
and
all.
there was
No,
a
but-
mariachi band playing, and the dude just like was playing, and all of a sudden he just picked up our salt shaker and was using it as a slide. I was like, that's fucking awesome.
seriously, Taylor Swift isn't doing mariachi songs, so where are you going to go? I'm going to go to a guy that's from Mexico.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they're they're not
exactly.
playing. Taylor Swift is not playing.
So he
that
gave
kind of
me
music.
he gave me a number to a mariachi band.
There you
But
go.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry, I forgot the gentleman's name that owns that runs Hoax Brewing, but he was telling me
There's
that
2 of them.
he was telling me that
One of them works at Beer Collective, actually.
Cinco de Mayo. He was telling me it was like the one day. He has a point. It's like the one day of the year that mariachi bands can essentially ask whatever they want.
El,
for a
El
going
Mariachi Bronx. You ever hear of them?
No.
Yeah, they're a good band.
Mariachi music in general.
It's not. It's kind. I mean,
Very-
it's rock and roll.
Yeah.
It's not really.
from Foo Fighters.
What's that?
They're legit.
Yeah, look them up.
Yeah.
I
They're like a Mexican like,
Metalachi.
They're-
kind of
they're-
hardcore band,
Metalachi.
Molotov or something like that.
Oh no, I thought you were thinking of Metalachi.
Have you guys ever thought of that? Maybe incorporating like a concertina into your music.
Accordion. We would go with the accordion.
Accordion, the bigger.
Yeah, well, because I'm Italian,
Oh, all right.
so if we're saying on the race thing here,
What?
If you couldn't tell the way he's
That's
got to
actually-
keep
that's
his
funny you bring
nose
it up.
out of the
like
way
you
of the
wouldn't.
mic.
Hold on a sec. You wouldn't go to a Jewish person and go, "Hey, what do you think about meatballs?" You go to an Italian guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know why everybody get like now. All of a sudden now it's racist.
Yeah.
For years, everybody's been going to where things
You
are
go
good.
to the source.
You go to where things are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man, growing up, Portuguese people use concertinas, the little guys.
A little squeeze box.
So one day when like I go there and they're
That's what I
like,
call you.
yeah, a
Yeah,
little
my
squeeze
little
box.
squeeze box.
Yeah, they're really into that. So like when I see a an accordion or whatchamacallit for the first time. Accordion, right? An accordion?
The big one?
Yeah,
Yes.
accordion.
I was like, what the fuck is that? And they have they use like the same word for both.
My grandmother, Italian, was a very good accordion player. She was like used to be on radio programs and shit.
It's a tough instrument. At least it looks that way.
She
like
actually
that picked one up out of the
and a
crash
workout.
once.
She
at the
actually had Alzheimer's like towards the end of her life, and we found her accordion, which was fucking huge. And we pulled it out of the basement, and we gave it to her, like put it on her lap. She was like, fucking. And then she started, came back to her. It was fucking crazy. And she couldn't even remember our names, but she started playing the accordion.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's like a polka hour.
Like she was on like in newspapers. On,
Polka.
like,
Speaking of polka.
like, national radio programs as a teenager playing the accordion.
Did she have like 2 little hands that she popped the bubbles with at the end of the show? This is a Saturday Night Live sketch.
I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Most of the time with Saturday Night Live, you say, "I remember that" because nobody watches it now.
I actually fucking love it. I think,
do.
I think
watch
right
it.
now it's making like some of the
It's
best
making a
TV it's
comeback,
made.
yeah.
I
I watched
that's-
it.
I
They're
think it's
so
all right.
lame.
For me personally, that's only due to YouTube because it's like it's broken up into little bite-sized portions that I can
Yeah, they're
handle.
not funny.
But the problem,
No, I get you, man.
for me, the
I'm
problem
right there
is
with you.
The problem with it right now is actually the funniest people on the show are features, and they're not getting like their sketches don't come on till like 12:30, between the 12:30 to 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
So the funniest shit nobody sees because they've gone to bed already.
It's the same on YouTube. It's just broken up.
Yeah, I just watched it on Hulu.
Yeah, I
like, the
watched it
next
on
day.
Hulu
Yeah.
Yeah.
with no commercials, and I'm good.
But it's like Mikey Day wrote the fucking the David S. Pumpkin sketch.
Dude, he's funny.
And then the next year, like that was the biggest sketch of the year, and next year he's still a feature. He's not even like a cast member. I'm like, dude, what the fuck do you have to do on this goddamn show to like be a cast member?
Below Lorne Michaels.
Yeah, I was just
guess.
going to say to suck him off.
So, going back to Bad Baby,
Who's that?
Why?
because I just wanted to make a point.
Going
that
back
again?
to baby.
The
Cash Me Outside.
You might remember her from the Dr. Phil show.
Where she got her.
I like how he's literally talking to Jay. Like, you might remember her from the Dr.
That's
Phil
where
show.
she got her fucking.
My wife watches that show.
Claim to
Mr.
fame.
My
Dr. Phil.
wife.
I,
She was a little piece of shit kid.
I watched the video
Now she's still a little piece of shit kid.
This is why we're fucked, America.
Yeah.
You fucking idiots.
Well,
I guess we are retarded.
It gets better because I watched the video that is what you're talking, the article you're talking about, and throughout the whole video, there's this little Asian chick
That's Lil Tay.
going insane.
Why
She's
do
Lil
you
Tay.
know these things?
So wait, who's
Instagram, baby.
Lil Tay's down with
Lil Tay's down.
Bay, Bay, Bay?
No,
Bay,
no,
Bay?
no, 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 no.
Catch me outside, girl.
Lil Tay's on Vicky's team. That's
It's
the
just
warring factor.
weird.
Honestly, I
So
watched
essentially what it
that
is-
video.
I'm pretty sure she was
Essentially, what happens?
Asian.
She is. Yes, this is what happens. So
She hang
you,
out with the WuTang Clan?
you gain some sort of.
I just crossed the line.
Yeah, you can't bring up WuTang, man. They
He
kinda-
loves Wu-Tang.
Yeah, but they mind their own business.
That's
They're
like
really
his
cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love Wu-Tang.
Yeah,
I'm just
but-
pretty sure I was
Great.
being.
But Lil Tay is a child, and Wu-Tang's for the kids.
WuTang is for the kids.
So.
Yeah,
So this is what's going on in the rap world right now, like that.
I guess.
Yeah.
What's funny is that so I watched the video and I see this little Asian chick and I'm like,
He's half Asian at best.
I don't think she should be getting in fights with anybody.
I
And
don't think.
And
I want to know where her parents are.
I figured out the system that they do, right? So you gain some sort of notoriety, you get like an advance, and with that advance, you get a really big bodyguard. And essentially what you do is you go out to the mall, and your really big bodyguard confronts their really big bodyguard. And then they kind of just talk shit to each other and keep you from hitting each other. And then you kind of just break it up. And
So
it's like,
here's-
it's like a
here's-
mound charge in baseball.
that's
It's
all
like,
it is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So here's
It's
my
all
theory on the whole thing.
fabricated.
And actually, before I even knew that this little Asian chick was actually
Her
trying
name is
to be
Lil
somebody,
Tay. I've said it a million times. Can we refer to her properly, please?
No, I can't.
No,
She is the youngest
She does not-
flexer in the history of flexing.
she doesn't deserve it. No, but like from the first second I watched
actually
that
hated
video, because the camera work is all fucking shit. It's a cell phone video, obviously, but
Yeah.
like the entire time, like this fight is going on between these two horrible chick fucking rappers. The camera is only showing this little Asian girl. I'm like, this is a promo video to
Yep.
get her face on fucking
Yep.
camera.
That's all.
I was like, that's
TMZ.
all this is. And now you just actually confirmed that for me.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Well, because
That's
all it is
definitely correct.
two little girls yelling at each other, and then two large men going, ha ha ha, yeah,
Yeah.
better,
But
better
the-
get out of here, yeah.
The entire time, the camera was only on this Asian chick, and not on this fight that was going
no,
on.
no, yeah, it is on her.
It was
though.
only on the Asian chick.
yeah.
And this is how the music industry works.
Yeah, it's so fucking sad.
I would like to. I think we're big and fat. We could be bodyguards for people. We should get like 4 like warring children and
Yeah.
be their bodyguards, and then all like coordinate that we meet up in a mall, and then when they start fighting, just all of us leave, so they have to fight each other instead of keeping them away from each other. Just be like, yeah, go ahead.
So it's
We're gonna go
almost-
get a beer.
Like start a fight club.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that happens at school now.
At the same time,
does.
I don't want to fully accept that that's what rap has become, because there's still really good rap music out there by guys who have been.
That
This
was
guy,
awesome. It was like harmonized.
well, I'm not talking about mainstream music.
Guys that come back and that are still doing it, like old guys like us.
That's the thing.
Exactly,
It's,
yes.
it's the old guy. Like that's why you're seeing a lot of
Yeah.
resurrection of people's
Like,
careers.
I'll listen to
SoundCloud rappers and real rappers are.
I will
totally
listen to Redman anything forever. And it's not like you could just, it's not even the beat. You could just listen to him talk,
Yeah, he's good.
and he'll just rhyme words as he's telling you a story about the dumbest thing in
like
the
that
world.
guy that
Those
does
are
the
called
song about the
poems.
cucumber.
Yeah.
The
So
cucumber.
he's he's a legitimate artist, right? A lot of the WuTang guys are, methodically.
this new stuff, the
they can
mumble
put
rap
words
has
to
got to go.
That's
Yeah, the new
that's
stuff.
the
A lot of
SoundCloud-
new
that's the
artists
SoundCloud
are-
shit.
Did you guys ever hear of XXS Tentacion?
Yeah. I was about to bring that up.
He sounds
Mumble,
a little bit like this. What the fuck is up?
So there's a whole genre of rap music called mumble rap.
Yeah.
Which can fall off a cliff.
It's SoundCloud
Literally.
rapping. It's like Tekashi
bad.
6ix9ine and
Yeah.
Triple X Tentacion is actually part of that.
Is he mumble rap?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Like,
bad.
where does this shit come from?
SoundCloud.
I don't know.
SoundCloud. That's literally where it comes from.
Yeah,
SoundCloud.
yeah, I guess so.
How now, brown cow?
Yeah, but, I mean, I know it comes from SoundCloud. Like, who was like,
I honestly
this is
think
going to be a great idea?
it all
They're all fucked up on drugs.
Yeah.
They're out of their minds.
Yeah.
They can't
Lil
even talk.
Xan,
That's fine.
Lil Yachty.
Yeah. It all
Xan,
started,
Lil
I
Yachty.
feel like it started
Lil
with,
anything.
it was Soldier Boy. that kind of came out with like the really
Paulo.
bad,
Tell him.
cheesy. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like just really bad music. And people bought it. And other guys are like, oh, I could just do anything over like a bass beat and you'll buy it. And they're like, yeah, we'll buy it. Yeah.
Does this taste
Anything
like
you
raspberries to you guys?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
I was
like
just gonna say,
cherries to
what
me.
am I drinking?
I have to tell you, this
Absolutely
is
raspberry.
weird
Tastes like
drinking a
cherries
beer
is
out of
kinda-
this kind of glass because I remember when you were in college and like you didn't drink, you had an amaretto sour every once in a while.
Yeah.
And
So we
somebody was
got-
like, you got to drink beer.
So yeah, we
pussy."
have
It's
6
like,
gentlemen right now drinking this
raspberry
raspberry Berliner
beer.
Weiss from Hoax Brewing Company.
It's only 3.5%.
Oh shit!
Berliner Weisses are low alcohol.
Usually
That's
low, yeah.
to style. We're drinking these out of champagne flutes
That's what it tastes
because
like.
we're fucking classy.
Yeah.
We're old.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Pinkies out, gentlemen.
If you couldn't,
Hey,
if you
the
couldn't tell by the
raspberries in there
beginning
are
of
very
this
tart.
podcast.
Let's do a social.
Oh, we fancy.
Hey,
There we go.
cheers, bitches.
Oh boy,
Wait, somebody died. Somebody
Dave,
died
I
this
can't do
week. Who
cheers.
just
You
died?
told him that, right?
Somebody
told him I don't
important-
do
somebody
cheers.
important just
No, I didn't.
The chichi.
Cheers.
Somebody just
You know,
died.
cheers.
Some
guys.
Avicii.
I don't remember the story
Avicii,
behind
yeah.
it.
No,
Vichy,
somebody else.
Vichy.
Dilly dillies.
Avicii died yesterday.
Someone in my family used to do that.
died.
Vichy. It was like an Italian thing. Right?
That's
They
his
squeeze
name.
your cheeks or something.
Oh, there's like 6 conversations happening.
See,
out
here's my problem with modern day
It's a very good beer.
techno music
It's good.
and like electronica music. If you like, there's an old interview with the guys from the Chemical Brothers
Yeah.
from like 2010, and they're talking about how easy electronica music is to make in
It used to be.
2010. No, in 2010, he was talking about like when we came out with our albums in the 90s.
Yeah, they had synthesizers, and they had to make that all happen on a.
Yeah, he's like you'd literally
Hashtag.
you'd whack a pan, record it, and then you'd spend a week just modulating that
Yeah, trying to
sound.
figure out a
Yeah.
pitch and where to modulate it.
But
with
the problem is now it's still difficult, but in a completely different way. It's more math than music at this point.
I'd believe you,
But it's still
in that,
very difficult
In that same
to do well.
in that same interview, he put together what sounded like the most amazing breakbeat in all of like 2
15
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah. He was just like, "Boop-a-doop-doop," and he just pulled the song up, and the guy's like, "This is amazing. Is this on your new album?" He's like, "No, I just made that."
made that.
Yeah, but that's the thing. To make it good, to make it is one thing. To make it good is something completely different. And you have to literally be able to play the piano, which, is, in my opinion, is the hardest instrument.
That's why when you sent that article through the Slack, and I was like, "Who died?" And I was like, "Yeah, you know what? I googled it. Never mind. I don't care."
I didn't send the article because I didn't like mean it to be a topic. I was just
No, I know.
exclaiming that as like, "Hey guys, we."
I had never heard of him.
I felt like an asshole.
But you'd
afterwards.
know his music. That's the
Yes.
thing.
He
Even
was
if you never heard
popular
of him, you'd know his music. He made huge hits, like big ones. But he was only 28. So
Did he
that's
work with
sad.
Jethro Tull or something? Did I not pick up
Yep.
on that? Or?
Yeah, he actually was the bass player for Jethro Tull.
I'm the one that offered.
I am a huge Jethro Tull fan.
I know you are. You're an idiot.
You guys, if you
Why is
guys-
that being an idiot?
If you guys want to
The
put money together,
minstrel in the gallery.
if you guys want to put money together for like a glow stick wreath, we can do that.
I mean,
all those DJs nowadays get paid like 90 grand a show. They got a private jet.
They got their own glow stick wreath.
but here's the thing.
Probably got into the wrong kind of music.
Here's the thing that we should be able to respect about him at least. He was 28 years old, and the reason he died was because he drank himself to death. I've been trying. I got 10 years on him. And I'm still
This is
kicking.
Avicii?
Yeah, he wrote this with
Yeah,
Aloe
it's
Black.
Avicii.
Or
With who?
he wrote this and Aloe Black is on it.
Yeah,
Who's the
Aloe
guy
Black's the
singing?
singer, and Avicii does
Am I
all
right
the
about
music.
that?
Yeah.
All right.
That voice is.
Yeah, I told you guys you'd know who he is. He's fucking enormous.
Just made $90,000 on this show. But like this is a song right here.
Yeah, that's not him singing.
No,
No,
I'm
no,
saying
no,
this
he's-
is like
he does the
even
music.
in the music is it. Like there's no like that guy was talented. There's some other shit out there, but he's definitely the bubble up to the top and
But
actually produced real records.
he drank
Like-
himself to death
He
in
did.
28 years. That's
and it's not
crazy.
even 28 years because
Well, yeah, he probably didn't start till he was 15 or so. 14.
even if you started at 14, it's only 14 years. It's a pretty good run.
really.
I mean, I've been trying. I'm still fucking kicking. I can't stop.
What are you drinking?
Me right now?
No, him.
Oh, I don't know. Probably
Vodka,
hard
Red
liquor.
Bulls?
Yeah, horde liquor. Horde liquor.
Is he drinking gasoline? What Skid Row song was that? Somebody Skid.
His face burned gasoline.
Yeah.
It kept his motor running.
That's what he's probably doing. He's probably
18
drinking
in life.
18 in life, yeah.
Yeah, that's the song. There you go.
Some of you may know Sebastian Bach from the Trailer Park Boys. But he was also in a band back in the day.
Did we ask? Did you say what instrument you play, Dave?
Drums. I really don't play an instrument. Yeah, it's just drums.
Just drums.
Just drums.
I feel
Doesn't
hang
play
out.
another.
Feel you.
Doesn't play an instrument yet. It's the only instrument you need for a band. If not, you're really just a guy kicking a kick drum and playing 3 guitars.
Yeah, it's like
There it is.
Mumford.
Mumford and Sons. Yeah.
I'll leave everybody else to reference.
Why is it that, that's one thing that bothers me about fucking the music industry is like, it's like Mumford followed right by that other band. It was like, hey,
Oh yeah. Ho!
I thought you were like, hey, like
I thought that was
the
Mumford.
Lumineers.
Lumineers, yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
like, they fucking suck because they put these all out at the same time, like Christina Aguilera
Yeah, because
and Britney
one-
Spears.
no.
because everybody's
you're
got
just
That's
get
how
one.
it works. Somebody sells records, and you're like, oh, I need one of those.
No, but they
You're like,
just
Johnny, get
fucking-
out there and get me the
literally-
next big
they
thing.
literally come out at the same goddamn
I mean, that's what
time.
happened with ska.
Like within months of
In
That
the
is
90s,
literally
that's
what
what happened with
I
ska.
would
There was
agree
18
with you.
bands that came out.
I would agree with you 100% with the ska thing. But let's be honest, these guys are angry because when Mumford and Sons came out, all the jokes came behind it, all the beer jokes.
Well, you guys look like you're in a band called 4 Years Strong. Look them up. They just played with Les and Jake down at College Street. I swear to God, they're a hardcore like punk band,
I've heard them.
and you guys look like the lead singers.
So did you guys say what type of? You guys just consider yourself like a rock band? Is that what it is?
Dude, we play music, but
Just music. You don't like to categorize yourself.
we got horns.
Don't put
we play
Baby in
little
a corner.
ska, we got some metal in there.
All right.
And right now, what are we? We're making
Appreciate that.
even stuff now is a little bit different than it was back in the day.
Just whatever's coming out. Just
Yeah,
roll
we have
with
like
it.
keyboards now, and Dave's wife Carmela sings backup. So
Are
there's
you guys
little
looking to?
flavor.
Are you guys looking to record a full length, or are you just writing some new songs so that you can play shows with a couple new songs?
We don't have the
covered?
attention span for that.
full
So
length.
it's not like a.
Not only
You
does the
two
public
and-
not
yeah.
have the attention span for it, but
So there's no. The end goal is to play shows with some
Yeah,
new songs.
yeah, we have the attention span. I do anyway. But yeah,
Where are you guys from?
18-month-old.
and write like 2 and 2 and 2, and just keep writing.
Then it,
Where are you guys
Because they
from?
get dead like
What-
anyways
what
nowadays.
part of Connecticut?
I'm in Hamden, but originally from Oxford.
Okay.
I grew up in Hamden.
Valley.
Like when you guys were coming up in that time, where you
Monroe.
like,
It
did you
was
guys
like-
do shit with
They
like
were like the
Spring Hill Jack
Toasters and
Yeah.
Spring Hill Jack. Yeah,
Yeah.
like all that.
Yeah.
shit.
I'm
I
playing-
know Mike.
I'm playing with Spring Hill Jack
Okay.
2 weeks.
Mike,
from now.
why did I just Mike Pellegrino?
Pellegrino. Yep.
Yeah, I know him pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We just played with them-
We grew up in Monroe.
3 weeks ago,
nice.
right? No, when was St. Patty's Day?
He was in my sister's grade.
We just played
a
with
month
them
ago.
at the Space Ballroom on St.
Is
Patty's
that
Day.
still there? I thought they were closing.
It's a new management.
No, it's new management.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's still open.
I saw. Speaking of Jethro Tull,
Which we
Oh
weren't.
my God.
I saw Martin Barr at the Outer Space 2-3 winters ago, and it was amazing.
Really?
Dude, 68 years old.
Oh, I thought you meant
Shredding.
I thought you meant he was just there.
No, he played the show. I saw him for $20, and it was amazing.
It's open mic night.
I wouldn't put it past Martin Barr at this point.
Does he live in Connecticut? Or he's on tour?
He's from England.
Yeah, but does he live in that fucking
no.
Keith Richards lives in Greenwich. That doesn't
Right.
mean he's not from
I
England.
think he lives in England.
So he's on tour.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll just play anywhere you tell him to. Like he'll
That's
play-
kind of what we do.
I
We'd
think
like to
that's
do.
how touring works. You
No, like, he'll
give people
play-
money and they play
Any high
music.
school talent
Martin-
shows out there?
Like
we're
Martin
in.
Barr will play at VFW if you just say.
Yeah,
like,
and he's also
we'll
like
give you
sold
some
out
shit.
MSG.
Yeah, like
Don't forget your roots.
I mean, you can give like anybody. You can give fucking Elton John $1 million. He'll do a VFW.
Dude,
Right.
Bad
No,
Baby.
no, I'm saying
Bad
he'll do
Baby
it
will
for
play in your
beer.
backyard if you give her enough money.
Dude, she played Toad's Place the other day.
Wait, I missed it. Fuck.
Wait, you didn't know that Cash Me Outside girl played Toad's
No,
Place?
I knew she was going to, and I
think
wanted
so.
to go.
Oh,
it
no,
already
maybe
happened.
I'm wrong. Maybe I'm. I don't know.
It better
I thought
not
it was
have
the other
Someone
day.
throw it in the Google machine, quick.
Better not have
Google
happened.
machine.
Man,
Jeff
I'm too
Google.
busy. I'm too busy lowering people's volumes right now. Everyone got way too excited over
Cash Me
Well,
Outside
not everybody.
of
One
Toad's
person.
Place,
It
300
was like
York
2
Street,
years
downtown
ago,
New
yeah.
Haven.
I love her. I think she deserves.
You may have
that
seen me on the
award.
Dr. Phil show. I was an asshole then, and now I'm a bitch.
I think
I'm actually not going to look it up because I fucking hate her.
Jay, open the fridge and get me a beer.
The last time I was at Toad's Place, we've talked about this, was when I went to go watch Steve-O in like
Oh,
2005.
God, Did he
or something.
barf
What was
on
that
you?
like?
It was fun. We
Did
met
he
with
staple his nipples to the stage?
we hung out with him afterwards, and he still had like glass shards. He was eating light bulbs.
Oh, God.
So he still had like glass shards and shit like on the corner of his mouth. I'm like, you got glass on your mouth, dude.
Dude, those guys are.
Yeah,
My favorite
he's-
episode, I think,
May,
was
May 12th.
Okay, I didn't miss it. All right, good.
there you go.
Thank God.
My
ahead,
favorite
man.
episode. Didn't you do something was like called like Wild Boys or something like that?
Yeah, him and
Bam Margera.
yeah. Party boy.
What boys?
Did you see that episode where he basically jumped into the water
I'll buy him.
with a fish hook?
I'm going tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And there was like he jumped on top of like a mako shark, which is like a hair under a great white. Like he
Yeah.
just jumped in the water with blood in his mouth, right, and almost basically on top of the shark.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
They were
I
out
know
of their
exactly what you're talking about.
minds,
I
those
had
guys.
I had a new level of respect for that man.
I watched those guys. So I had a buddy of mine in like right after I graduated high school.
He's a buddy of mine.
I worked at the
can't
mall.
complain.
I worked at the mall like a loser. So I had another loser friend of mine who we went back to his house one day.
What store?
He worked at Front Row, and I worked at a little kiosk for AT&T and Sprint. Cell
You sold
phones.
like
Oh, you're the
covers.
guy I tried to not make eye contact with.
So you sold
Yeah,
you
so-
sold covers of Nokia phones and shit?
Before we get to that, so I know people don't like making eye contact.
Yeah.
Yo, I
And
got that new flip.
There are mini DV tapes in that coffee table over there of me, hours of me and this other dude calling people out as they walk by. You're like, yo, my man, you want a cell phone? Yo, I know you can hear me. Yo, blue shoes, red shirt.
So you were like the
red
hecklers.
shirt. Oh yeah,
Oh.
bad because I hated that job.
Yeah,
So
I
it was
bet.
the mall.
I brought my daughter to New York City for her birthday. Remember? I told the story. And I always have that rule. And I don't make eye contact with people. Just, straight ahead. And, I was off.
You're the weirdest person
I
I've
was
ever
off-
known to be like. You're so weird about New York. It's weird.
I don't like it.
It's
I was
so weird.
My guard was down because I'm focusing on my daughter, and we're walking through, and it's packed, and all of a sudden, like, this guy starts talking to me, and I'm just like, whew, eye contact, and I was like, fuck. I paid $5 for his rap CD.
Oh, you were the first person to ever buy one of those.
No,
Caught you
he gave
outside,
it to
boy.
me, and then he was like, hey, if you could spare anything, and I was like,
I just gave you $5 for your tape.
no. Then when he said that, then I gave him.
Dude.
So anyway, so what I was getting to,
Sorry.
was that kid one day in high school or whatever. We went back to his house after work to
Still
drink.
my
We'll say
daughter's
drink.
purse.
So we're done. We were done drinking, and he put all his drinking paraphernalia away, and he pulls his DVD out.
Drinking paraphernalia.
He pulls out this
Yeah, there's,
DVD.
CKY.
Champagne flute.
CKY. Cam
There's
Kill
champagne.
Yourself. The Cam Kill Yourself.
Yeah. Is that
edition
what that
one.
stands for?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they used to
it
all,
does.
a lot of them used to go and they
I
used to
never
bike
knew
at
that.
trails in Hamden, and there was a whole clique of the people that knew those.
do you got
songs.
there?
Yeah,
no,
They
I've
was
hung
doing
out with those dudes a
CKY.
lot.
Back
But
in the day.
actually, I love
Do you have
CKY.
do you have the answer?
I have all the videos. No, but Vern Troyer just died.
What? Let's pour one
Well,
out. Let's
I
pour
mean-
one out for Mini Me.
Wait, he just died?
Yeah,
He was on life support.
He knows a guy at a nursing home.
He just died at 49 years old.
49?
Social.
Social.
Vern Troyer.
Mini Me.
Sorry to bust it in the conversation.
Can I have a little glass?
He made
I
me
mean,
laugh.
I mean, in Vern's own words.
He made me laugh.
In Vern's own words.
Social me. The only thing I remember.
Oh,
him-
Vern Troyer. I was thinking of Kid Rock's little one.
No,
that
he
guy's
died.
dead.
He died like 10 years ago.
That was bad. I just said that.
Little one.
Hey, whatever.
I remember when Vern,
Joey C, right? That was his.
remember when
his
Vern
name?
Troyer's sex tape came out and he was like eating out that chick.
No.
And it was like the
got
jokes were
stuck.
like it looked like a reverse birth.
Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. That's
That
adult
should be a
adult.
meme.
Play
That's
adult
a
adult.
Meme it.
Play it now. Play it
Meme it.
now.
Meme it.
Oh my
Play adult
God.
adult. We're gonna
That
watch
was
Vern Troyer's sex
disrespectful.
tape.
The man just died.
I'm not sure he would care.
Oh, it's adult
He was
segment.
only 2 feet 8 inches tall.
How do you pick up chicks without talking?
They pick you up.
You just stay silent?
You just go like this, put your finger in the air when you're down there.
That was good. Yes, this is a segment where we talk about things in the porn world or adult
Adult
themed
topics. Yeah.
That was the Hall & Oates song, Adult Education.
Don't say that. Do you want to get sued?
Don't get sued.
It's the shinning.
I don't want to get completely cut off from like other adult industries. You know what I mean? Like if Depends comes by with a thick check, I want to.
Oh, yeah, which leads me
gonna
to
be
our
thick,
other
I won't allow anything to leak through it.
our other sponsor, oxballs.com.
Oh yeah.
If you've never looked it up, oxballs.com, guys.
Don't.
That's
Don't
Jeff's.
look it
That's Jeff's
For all
personal
your
sponsor.
for all your nut sack needs.
They make something called an anal lock.
They have the
An
fuck
anal
glove.
lock?
Yeah.
And a fuck glove. It's got 5 different fingers
It's a glove.
A fuck.
for different fucks.
Yeah.
You
What
don't.
is this ox?
I'm,
You don't wanna
I'm
know.
angry. I'm angry because they completely neglect a huge market of female users. They just concentrate on the dudes.
It's a gay
It's very
website.
You just
guys only.
you just reminded me. You reminded me of a joke. What is it? What is
I
eating,
reminded you of a joke. Thank you.
What does eating out an old lady taste like? Depends.
So fucking
God damn it. This is what we've come to.
Spell come.
That's where we come on.
We are nothing if we're not drinking and dick jokes.
That was a good.
There you go.
And this is where
This
everything
is
goes
what
downhill.
we do.
So
I
was
don't know if
that was
anybody
that
out there
adult?
knows.
Adult?
I don't
No,
know if
well,
anybody else out there
adults.
knows, but these dudes over here on this podcast have a marker, a magic marker.
It's magic because it smells disgusting.
because it smells like it's been up some girl's hoo-hoo. And I
And by
call it
girl-
a hoo-hoo now because I have a kid.
And by girl, he means Jay's asshole.
Well,
Or Cash Me Outside.
yeah.
It's pretty rank. I warned you
baby.
guys before
It
you
was
pulled the cap
unbelievable.
off. of
I
it.
don't know how something can smell that bad.
Wait, we do have a real adult. While the music's playing, we should get into it.
should.
We have a very special.
Stormy D.
We should get her on the podcast. Do you think we could do it?
She's
If
coming
we
to
have-
Connecticut.
If we have 10 grand,
Stuck
we
up.
can. The going rate's
Stormy
$10,000.
Daniels is what? Why are we talking about her?
It's adult. She's coming to Connecticut to do a show,
Like a strip show?
like a ping
Yeah,
pong show.
at a strip
Gentleman's
club,
club?
in like Newington or some shit.
We should do a podcast.
Sergeant Scagnetti's career is like Stormy Daniels. We're just coming back.
Are you guys playing the strip show?
Yeah, we are. When's she playing? We're
That'd be
playing
a
May
hell.
12th.
That'd be a hell of a gig.
Where are you guys playing again?
We're playing May 12th.
That's the day Bad Baby's playing.
Is that?
Oh no, we have to compete against.
Where are you guys playing?
Who? What's her name? Cash Me Outside girl.
Yeah.
I can't. I feel like I can't refer to her. It just
Where are you guys playing?
Pacific Standard Tavern, College Street, downtown New Haven.
Oh, okay.
All right,
May
I could probably
12th.
make them both. I could probably make both.
You can do both.
Pilfers
You could definitely
and
do both.
Toads is not
Chesky-
that far.
So
away.
you're direct competition
Holy
with Cash Me
shit.
Outside Girl right
Yeah.
now.
This got even better. Because wait until our lead singer Steve hears about that. I feel
Like
like
literally down the road.
I literally feel like we'll be opening the set with something absurd. From
You guys should
our lead
busk
singer.
outside of the Toad's place.
Yeah,
with
that'd
you.
be dope.
I might not show up and just go to Toads.
All right, we'll go together. We'll go together.
Great.
But Stormy Daniels, famous for
Who?
her Stormy
What?
Daniels.
Yeah,
What
who
is she famous
She's
for?
famous for being all types of naked and then banging
Who?
the president.
Who?
Her real name's Stephanie
president.
Clifford.
Really? Why do you know
Yes.
this?
Because it's all over the news now. Because like
he's a
she's
poon
trying to
hound.
be serious and really make this allegation that I slept with Donald Trump and I was supposed to shut
Take
my
a
mouth
shot.
about it.
Yeah, take a shot.
Seriously, make me take a shot. What do I care? I slept with Stormy fucking Daniels. Stormy Daniels, have you seen her titties? Have you seen her pussy? Everyone has. I just happen to fuck it because I'm Donald fucking Trump.
That's actually
understand.
decent.
Okay,
a
seriously,
decent,
get it straight.
what's the word?
Also, I just
Great.
have
So
to
do we
fuck
make
it.
him? Do we make him do an extra shot for the impersonation,
I
or
got
take away
shooters.
one?
Well, he said it twice, so I got shooters.
I just happen to fuck
We
it.
do have
I
a
think it's the
rule.
funniest
Donald
thing
Trump.
anybody's ever
Donald
said.
Trump. Doesn't everybody know who it is?
We have a rule
I
that
don't
if
even
you
know why I
say
have
the
to say
name,
my name.
you have to do a shot on the podcast. But you didn't know that.
We warned
I knew
him.
that.
We did. I told
I
him.
completely knew that.
Oh no, he was he was completely
yeah.
ready for it. He said, "Get
I-
the
I-
shots ready."
I don't think Dave told you guys my backstory. I worked with him for like 11 years.
I didn't, but if you want to,
You worked with him?
Yeah, I worked on The Apprentice for about 11 years.
Oh, nice.
No fucking way.
Wait, he
Yeah,
probably
so
should-
I did that impersonation on a piece of tape that ended up being at the end of our photo slideshow at the rap party. And Don Jr. and his now estranged wife were there, and they ate it up and they laughed their
fucking
ass off.
shit.
And they were like,
This
"Come
is
over
true?
here." Yeah, they were like,
Yeah.
"Come over here," and they were like, "That was pretty hilarious." It was an absurd. The spoof video was, in Trump Tower how the waterfall happens. Well, Trump also has this Trump ice water.
You have to drink a whole bottle of this.
So I was gonna like,
No, this is good
so I
shit.
literally was gonna, I was like, this will be a funny spoof. Like, so I got the bottle and I was like, only in Trump Tower does the water come from my gold roof. Trickles down here, you put the water, it's Trump-tastic. Trump ice comes right from Trump Tower. And I had this absurd wig on, and I had a suit that was too big, and then we did this like little dance. It was
Surprised he didn't
ridiculous.
get assassinated.
So like you've
He-
met him before, or
Yeah, I mean,
what's he like in person? Did you ever actually have an interaction with him?
yeah, I told him to start the fucking boardroom because the Red Sox had just beat the Yankees. And then the next,
I mean, is he a piece of shit?
no,
No, he's actually kind of.
From what I've heard, everybody who has personal dealings with him actually.
he's a
genuinely-
little. I mean, he's a billionaire. He's an egotistical billionaire.
He's a narcissist.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a dick, but I mean, the stories out there are a lot worse than the ones I encountered. However, I'm
Well, I
sure
mean, he
some of
didn't
them
pee
do
on you,
exist.
so
Yeah.
that's
Like that one's the biggest one.
Yeah.
He definitely fucked Stormy Daniels. There's no doubt about that. And he's probably fucked a hell of a lot more.
yeah. you're
however-
so filthy rich.
Right. So did Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
So did them all.
Yeah.
actually.
It's just what happens.
Well, I mean, honestly, if you want to take it that way, like, would you rather fuck Stormy Daniels or Monica Lewinsky?
Well,
Like-
yeah. See, they're two different presidents, two different people, and they had their own
I'd rather fuck Monica.
vibe with the ladies, right?
Personally-
Trump is like, I got to get these
You'd
porn
rather,
stars.
You'd rather fuck
I
Monica?
feel like
I'd rather fuck Monica because
See?
I'm into amateur porn. So like Stormy's just not. It's too like put
Too
out
done
there.
up?
Yeah, it's too done up.
Clinton was like,
I'm not a fan of his at all, but I will say that this is like a lesson for people to learn that it didn't work with school principals or teachers or priests or police officers or the president now, right? Like you can't put somebody in a place of power and then expect them to be like stand on like this moral high ground.
that's for sure.
It's not going to happen. Like
Not with humans.
there's always got to be
And I don't know why
checks and
everybody gets all pissed, and it's like, wait a second, shouldn't we just all look in the mirror for 5 seconds?
Yeah.
You wouldn't. You were looking for 3 because you'd be like, ah!
But the problem,
I literally just told you a story about looking
Right,
in the mirror
you just,
today.
right, that's what I mean.
Terrible.
Like you,
The
3
problem
seconds,
is-
you were like, I'm
Terrible
done. I don't want
experience.
5. I'm done 3.
the problem is it's inherent with the position. Like you would never run for president if you weren't a narcissistic asshole in the first
Correct.
place.
Right.
So like,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
everybody's like, why are we getting all these narcissistic assholes? It's like because they're trying to be the fucking president of the free world.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
only an asshole would do that. Like only an asshole would look in the mirror and be like, I could do this.
I mean, you have to think someone at some point is like a good person. Like, I want to do some positive shit.
no,
that
they're-
guy
they're-
doesn't want to run the country.
Yeah,
No.
who-
He
yeah,
just
who would
doesn't.
want- yeah, who
that
would
guy
wanna
doesn't
win?
want to stir up
No, but they all
anything.
think they're doing good things for the most part.
No,
That's
well,
your
yeah.
friend. That's your friend. That's your single friend that shows up to the party, always brings alcohol, doesn't drink, has like 1 beer. I gotta leave. I gotta go to work. That guy, right? Super nice dude. That is completely designed. He doesn't want to deal with your bullshit. He's your buddy. He wants to come hang out, and then he wants to
Stuck
go
up.
like
Look good.
back to his own life. You know what I mean?
But dude, like, okay, so
I feel like you're that way. Like you're a really nice dude and everything, right? Like I've always thought of you as a nice person.
I
Like,
can't be president.
but you don't
'cause
wanna
I
be
looked
in
at
charge
too
of
much
shit.
online pornography.
Yeah, well, that's everybody.
and I've shoved a bottle
Google
up your
knows
ass,
it.
so that picture's got to be out there somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, Google knows it.
But this actually is a segue of something
asshole's
that
an
I was
asshole.
looking at the other
We
day.
can start something. If you guys want me to run, I'll do it.
Listen, if you ever run into a guy in 2018, all right, if you want to know if he's a liar or not, just say bukkake and see what his reaction is. If he tries to play it off like he doesn't know what that means, that man is a fucking liar.
He's also probably fucked up.
Walk away. Yeah, either you.
He's
no.
probably real fucked up, dude. He probably knows bukkake times 10, and
He's-
you don't know
oh,
that
okay,
word,
okay,
you know what I'm
okay.
saying?
Yeah, I see
Like,
what you're
he's
saying.
The classic.
Yep.
It's like, God forbid I ever.
Yeah, yeah. If he's saying no, he's either an asshole or he's in one of the videos.
Right. He's in some snuff shit on the dark web.
Yeah. He's probably calling his buddy. He was like, she knows about it. She brought it up. She brought the bukkake videos. Yeah. I acted like I didn't know anything about it, but she knows. She knows about it.
I mean, I'm not saying I've never seen one, but I'm
It's
not.
like if you've never seen
I'm not. I will honestly say I'm not a fan.
bukkake, or you can say 2 girls, 1 cup.
True.
That was a thing. Remember that?
That was a thing.
What was it, like 10 years ago?
What? 2 girls,
2
1
girls,
cup?
1
Yeah.
cup.
Yeah, it was a fucking major, seriously,
Dude,
major
that's when
changing
going-
point in my life.
That's when going viral was cool.
Cotton. You know how people can be. You know how people say like I can divide my life into before I took acid and after I took acid. I divide my life into before I saw 2 girls, 1 cup and after I saw 2 girls, 1 cup.
I remember
Mate, I'm a total pervert now.
we No Less was recording and
Monster49 at gmail.com.
fucking what's the studio? Nada Studios in New York.
Yeah, nada, yeah.
And Tom had seen
Tom
it.
Grin or Tom Hawes?
Tom Hawes.
Okay.
And showed it to us. And like he played it in the studio.
Yo, shout out to Tom
In the
Hawes, by
control
the way. I
room.
hope you come home alive.
He literally ran outside and threw up in a bush.
Oh, I believe that. I believe
I swear
that.
to God, that
When
literally
I got
happened.
with that, there was like 15 people over this one guy's house. They were all watching football, and they were like, "Hey, sit at the pool table, see the computer, go look at. There's this awesome video," and like I sat down, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then I realized everybody was looking at me, and they had a stopwatch to see how long you could like sit through that
Yeah.
disaster.
How long?
I don't remember because it was so just. It was like I couldn't.
I mean, I've seen it more than once.
Well, listen, the best thing that
I was
ever
like,
came
this
out
is
of
not-
that, the best thing that ever came out of that
Eh,
video. Did you
that's
see
what
the
she said.
reaction video?
Yeah.
Right, that's what I
Of-
mean. It was
Kermit and Rolf. And because dogs eat their own shit.
Yeah.
So the whole time, Kermit's making Rolf like watch the video and like
never
staring
seen
at
this.
him. He's like staring at him the whole time, like
never
trying to
seen this.
gauge his reaction. And Rolf's just like, whatever. And then at the end, like Kermit's like, and Rolf's like, what's wrong with this?
So true story.
But did you die?
About to reference what you just said, I had a long day yesterday, and I'm house sitting for my sister, and she can't hear this because she'll be mad at me.
Well, we already talked about how big her fucking tits are. I think this will be all right.
Jesus Christ, we are recording now.
We were talking about that while we were recording, weren't we?
This post
Oh, okay.
pre.
I feel like if they're
Cut that
fake,
out.
if they're fake, they're meant to look
So
at.
I swear to God, last night I left here. I was here late because we did this impromptu sort of
Yeah.
420 episode, and
It was not impromptu.
it was sort of impromptu. I forgot that we kind of talked about it, and then like until we talked about it yesterday. Anyway, I was here. I didn't leave here till like almost midnight.
Yeah, almost midnight. Yeah.
So the dogs were alone since like fucking 7:30 in the morning
Yeah.
till midnight.
Yeah.
And I got home and like they had eaten their own shit. I swear to God.
Maybe they ate each other's.
they're gonna
because-
come get
Well, that's
you.
like a nutritional.
And the
problem.
only reason I know this is because like she has a bathroom in her like attached to her bedroom, and they're in her bedroom the whole
That's
day.
called an
They're supposed-
ensuite.
Yeah. So like there's like pee pads and stuff down, and they pee and poop on them. And there was like water and shit, so like they're okay.
Yeah.
And it's actually a pretty big room.
They're like,
But,
let's just note that they're each like 175 years old and are incontinent and can't even keep their tongues.
No, they're not.
because their teeth have all fallen.
So, but there's this like little doggy bed at the end of her bed, like, and for them, their pugs are like small, and this thing's like, fucking golden retriever could like lounge on this bed, but there's like shit crumbs all over it.
Oh God!
And I was like,
I'm
and there
starting to
wasn't
throw
much
up.
shit in the bathroom.
Did it stink? Like the second you walked in the
And
door,
I was
you're
like,
whoa.
and I was like,
That's
they
awful.
were so hungry, they were eating their own shit.
But it was funny because the two girls, one cup thing. That same mall job I had. I worked with a dude who's now a police officer, but he was coolest dude in the world. This kid Chris, but he like loved porn, right? And he managed the kiosk. So the computer, the one single computer that was in the center of the kiosk, was just the hard drive was just loaded. Because this is back when like Napster was big and like
When you had to download porn.
ShareBear. Yeah.
Share Bear.
Yeah, you just
I've never
put
heard of Share Bear.
ShareBear. Yeah,
It's like a
Yeah,
Care
that's what
Bear.
the- yeah.
Is it still up?
I don't know.
None of that shit's still
It's
up.
all torrents and shit though. So you just put in keywords
like LimeWire.
and you didn't know what you were downloading. The name, the title of the video was a keyword, and you just click on it, and you'd see what you downloaded. It literally, no joke, it was a computer full of like bestiality videos.
Oh God!
And Two Girls One Cup, which he would make us watch like every day. Like he would just put it on. He's like, Two Girls One Cup's on. Like, he was just this really demented.
Hey, you over there!
Like it was just like a thing you guys did.
Yeah, we watched that in Fight Club. He like ripped
Those are
an
different.
illegal version of Fight Club. He just loved watching Fight Club. So if you ever walked by that kiosk in the Trumbull Mall, you'd either hear Two Girls One Cup, like mute, like very low, or you'd hear Fight Club. So when he got fired, the people who owned that kiosk were a Pakistani family.
Oh
that
God!
they own like a bunch of different kiosks everywhere, but they're very strict. They did a couple illegal things, but they were like super strict about everything, right? So they showed up one day, and I showed up to work one day, and I used to show up late all the time because we didn't give a shit about that job. And he's like, why are you late? And I'm like, where's Chris? He's like, oh, Chris got fired. Well, fired for what? He's like, oh, we just didn't like him, so we got rid of him. I'm like, all right. Well, I'm sorry I was just late today, you know? He's like, all right, fine, no problem. So as I'm talking to him, they have like their tech guy, because it was a cell phone company. So they have this other Pakistani dude that was like their tech guy. Like he handled all the networking and all like setting up all the computers and shit. So he's going through the hard drive on this computer. And he's like, what is this? What is this? I'm like, what is what? He's like, what is this? Horse fucking? Horse sucking? What is this? What is this? And he double clicks the video of a chick blowing a horse. A pony, actually. It wasn't a horse.
That's the shit Devin used to send everybody.
Yes!
Oh yeah,
Yes!
yeah, he did.
So he like the look of disgust in his face was like, I'm like, dude,
Infidels.
I didn't do that. That Chris put that shit on the computer. So it was me and this dude Wes, this black dude that I worked with, and me and Wes are just standing there. Wes is actually my brother's age, so he's 5 years older than me. We just worked together, and he's sitting there. He's like, he leans over. He's like, yo, man, I hope they don't find the 2 Girls 1 Cup video. And like as he says that, you just hear the guy go, what the fuck is this?
The music was the best part.
It was a 2 Girls 1 Cup video. They watched it to completion.
Wow.
They disgusted the whole time. I'm like, well, just turn it off then. Like,
Dude,
You
if
couldn't.
that-
you don't
was
like
the
watching
whole-
it, just fucking
That
turn
was
it
the
off.
whole point of it. It was like the thing you couldn't look away from.
If
Yeah.
that video had like Ministry or Skinny Puppy in the background, it would have been totally normal.
Skinny
Yeah.
puppy.
It was
think
just
you
like
should-
it was literally the soundtrack that made it fucked up.
What was that Skinny Puppy song?
I don't know.
I think you should revitalize it. Is that a word?
Viralized.
It is now.
Revive it?
I feel like you should eat chocolate soft serve while you watch it. That should be like a game show.
Do you guys actually think that was real, or was like there was something they were
Oh,
like,
no, it was real.
No, it was
injected in her ass?
No, it was real.
You think it was real shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeff
way
was,
it came
Jeff was
out-
at a stag party last night.
The way it came out of her butt, in my memory, it looked like it was like
I don't remember.
foreign objects type stuff. Like they put it in there.
I've seen a lot of shit videos that look very similar.
I watched a woman
Gross.
I watched a woman empty 12 ounces
Monster49 at
of
gmail.com.
Poland spraying into her rectum.
The fact of the matter
And
is,
then spray an entire audience.
the fact of the matter is, whether or not it was shit, it came out of her asshole.
It
That's
did.
also true.
So
That's also true.
either way, it's semantics at that point.
So you guys, the 2 songs you recorded recently, you recorded with Greg.
Segway.
DeCrosta?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greg's a good dude.
You know Greg DeCrosta? Yeah. We've known Greg for a long time, and he's down at Firehouse 12 in New
Back
Haven.
to the
love
fucking
Firehouse.
Trod Nozzle days.
Ooh,
I've recorded at Trod Nozzle.
there you go.
Why did we segue from 2 Girls 1 Cup to Greg DeCrosta?
Jay,
know, I
thought, Jay thought it was going off the rails.
No, I just saw his name in our notes, and I know Greg. He's a great dude.
Okay.
I thought it was because you guys look uncomfortable. You did for a quick second. I was like, maybe we should transition off the.
Listen, we've all seen it.
Was that with you guys that he played at the Outer Space that time? Where
Oh, yeah.
Jabrones
When
played?
we were in the Royal
Yeah.
Swindle. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Greg was in that.
Yeah.
Wait,
that
Royal
time.
Swindle. I know that.
Yeah, we played with
We've
you guys.
played.
Yeah, we played
Oh,
with
we
them.
played with you guys.
You fucking retard.
That's right.
They played at Brownstock.
And
Yeah.
we played
yeah,
with
we
them
played with them
at
in New
Outer
Haven.
Space, too.
No,
And,
I was at Outer
It's all coming back to me now.
It's Stella Blues, too, we did.
Yeah, Stella
Yeah,
Blues we did.
we played 3 shows with those guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I hate to be the douchebag.
Making connections.
I hate to be the douche of the group,
King, king.
but
I like it. It took the whole podcast for you to realize that we've played with them.
Well, no, I mean, like, I know Mike's been at like every Slam Fest and stuff, but I didn't realize that they were Royal Swindle too. I mean,
Yeah.
now that you say it, I remember that happened. But
It's
We,
just, it's
we
just
put
fun.
things on the back burner and started this band up again. Sgt Scag.
Sgt Scag.
You got to drop it once for Richie.
I was saying I don't want to be the douche of the group, but we got to take a break because Jay's got to go to work, right?
Well, I mean, we have a whole episode in the can.
Do you guys want to wrap it up? Or you guys want to take a break and come back, or?
It's up to you guys.
I'm drunk. So I mean, that means you can literally do whatever you want to me at this
We
point.
could wrap it.
So yeah, man, we'll wrap it up. What
Yeah, right. I don't do that.
we might come back. We might come back for a little
Spoke
extra
up.
later on. If not, we'll just scrap that.
We'll just tag the 420 episode on the end of this.
Sgt
It'll be
Scagnetti,
a full like.
maybe known as Sergeant Scag. You know,
What
it's
do
up
you guys?
to you.
What do you guys got coming up? We know we got May 12th. We are competing with Bad Barbie or Bad Baby. What
Bad
else?
Barbie.
Barbie.
It's all the same
better.
shit. It
I
doesn't
like
matter.
that better. May 12th, Pacific Standard Tavern, New Haven, with the Pilfers, right?
Yep.
Dave and I will be at Toads watching Bad Baby.
Yeah.
This gets very interesting. Our trip to downtown New Haven on May 12th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there's got to be a run by of the scene over there. And
Yeah, we'll have a spotter. If you want,
See what's going on.
we can show up and kind of play spotters, and we'll get like walkie-talkies.
You guys
Yeah.
are playing Supernova Ska Fest, Virginia?
yes,
When's
that's
that?
probably the largest ska fest on the East Coast.
Is that what you were talking about before? You guys were
Yeah,
playing with the
MU330,
guys?
Suicide Machines, Pie Tasters, Spring Hill Jack. God, there's so many now. The guys from Hepcat are in Western Standard Orchestra.
Is that a heavy drinking road trip?
I think it's
Virginia?
actually at a brewery.
All right. Well, now.
Or no, like 2 years ago it was at a brewery, but I think that brewery still produces the beer, and this time it's at another. I don't know.
It's at a brewery.
Is it?
Yeah.
Stay
at
tuned
that.
for more information about that.
Either way, bring us back beer from the brewery.
That's
If you want to
actually
find you
right.
guys,
we're gonna
where are
go.
they looking?
On that thing called Facebook.
Facebook?
Ask Mark
Scagnetti?
Zuckerberg, he'll know where we are. Just like he knows where all you are.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tom. He's living the good life.
So actually, there's a guy I know who actually his username is Sgt Scagnetti.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's because now of a Tarantino thing or because he's a fan of your band. I gotta ask him.
I guess we got to ask him.
Yeah.
Is it Bill Steinbacher?
Oh, Sean. Friends with Dan, your brother.
Well, okay.
Back on track.
Either way.
And then we have some other shows. I think we're playing sometime in June with the Toasters in somewhere in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. We're just not in Connecticut anytime soon.
Nice.
Other than May 12th.
That's cool,
so
man. You guys
12th,
are getting out there.
Yeah, May 12th. And if you buy
You
a
excited,
pre-sale,
baby?
if you buy a pre-sale ticket and show us your pre-sale ticket, we'll give you the songs for free.
Nice.
There you go.
Well, there you go, man.
So everybody out there, you get tickets pre-sale, and you get a couple free songs, free song downloads, right?
And they're not Dream Theater, so this song's about to end. We have to do some housekeeping. FlyingCornhole.com. You can always call us at 203-463-4043. You can tell us to drink some beer or send us some beer.
Email us at
heavydrinking.
heavydrinkinpodcast.com.
Yeah.
No.
Heavy Drinking Pod.
Heavy
Said
Drinking Pod.
email us at heavydrinkingpodcast.com.
.com.
.com.
Yeah, that's not an email address.
That's our website. Go there and find our email address, which is
heavydrinkingpod@gmail.com.
heavydrinkingpodcast@gmail.com.
Yep.
We are idiots.
Yes.
Awesome.
I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be a good website. Can we get weareidiots.com? That would be
I'm
even
sure
better than
that's
Heavy Drinking.
taken.
That
But
should
I'll
be
look
our
at it.
website from now on.
All right, but
Thanks, guys.
thanks
for coming
guys
out.
for coming in for
Yeah.
sure.
Thanks for having us.
We've had a fucking fun
Mike
day.
D,
Absolutely.
Dave, Sergeant Scagnetti.
Sergeant
You're
Scag,
listening to right now.
if you're nasty.
Turn up the volume. Let's get a little V on this.
That's episode 29, you motherfucks. We'll see you later.
Pip!